This year's Atlantic Beaches Turkey Trot is starting in less than an hour, and it will look very different than last year. The changes runners and fans will notice this year that are designed to keep everyone safe.
Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry extending the city's mask mandate ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. What the mayor says he's noticing when he heads out.
And Duval County School Board will begin the process of looking for a new home less than a month after voters approved a tax hike designed to pay for school improvements. The deadline for the board to present their options to the public. And right now we are following breaking news this morning from the Hogan's Creek neighborhood where JSO is searching for a shooting suspect.
That shooting happened on West 7th Street near the intersection of 7th and Johnson. That's just west of I-95. Here's a live look at the scene. Investigators say around 2:30 this morning, officers responded to reports of shooting and found a woman at the scene who had been shot. Now, first responders rushed her to the hospital. She is expected to be okay. So far, there have been no arrests, and there's no information about who may have shot her. Now, if you know anything about this incident, you're asked to call JSO or Crime Stoppers. And we're expecting another beautiful warm day today on this Thanksgiving. We might even break some records.
A happy Thanksgiving to all of you this morning. Meteorologist Mark Collins is tracking the unseasonably warm temperatures. And Mark, for people hoping to maybe have Thanksgiving dinner outside today, how's it looking?
It's looking pretty warm, but not hot enough where we'd be experiencing those 90-degree temperatures. But some spots may actually reach the lower to mid 80s here, which is very uncharacteristic this time of year on Thanksgiving to see temperatures this warm. So if you like to relish the warmth and you want to keep the winter feel away, well, this weekend, today, right on through the weekend, looks pretty warm. The cold stuff comes in next week, and we are talking about temperatures getting down into the 30s as we head into next week during the overnight time period. So some cooler weather is with us. Here you can see the Knights of Lights on in St. Augustine, looking very pretty there over the ancient city this morning, where we've got a temperature of 63 degrees. And so here we are starting out fairly mild this morning. That's a little taste of some cool feel for you out towards Gainesville areas out in Alachua County, showing some 50s, even back towards Valdosta, whereas most of us here in the 60s. Throughout the night, I've been watching this band of rain just weaken across central Georgia. Here you can see another line forming behind it that is pushed through Atlanta, but running out in advance of that, some light showers, which are possible in Lake City here this morning. Otherwise, I think we're looking at a pretty dry day today, and we're going to leave rain out of the forecast here for your Thanksgiving plans, which is good news. Now, here are the numbers. Later this afternoon, warming into the low 80s. It's going to be a pretty warm day. Winds have turned from the east more towards the south today, and then they're going to be veering towards the southwest in advance of a front. So that will allow us to stay pretty warm without much cooling effect off the Atlantic. And here you can see those winds turning more towards the southwest. So we're at 61 now, climbing into the 70s here through the early portions of the morning and then into the low 80s during the afternoon. So the warmth is here today, and it will stay with us here as we head into the weekend. So lots of sunshine. Fog's going to be an issue here overnight tonight. After midnight, fog is going to develop as temperatures cool down into the 60s, so that tomorrow morning, Friday, if you're getting back to work or maybe a late start to getting in the car to pack up and visit some friends or families around the state, there could be some dense fog tomorrow morning. All right, I'll tell you more about the weekend outlook, the warmth followed by the colder weather, and the full forecast coming up. Jen.
Mark, thank you. The coronavirus pandemic is forcing many Thanksgiving traditions to be canceled this year, but the 6th annual Tony's Turkey Trot is still happening.
That's right, Jen. It starts in just about an hour. Near the Beaches Town Center, the 5K raises awareness of traumatic brain injuries.
News for Jax reporter Brittany Muller is live from the Beaches Town Center this morning. Brittany, there are several changes this year because of the pandemic.
There are. Good morning, Jen and Ashley. The annual Turkey Trot starts in less than an hour here at Atlantic Beach, the Beaches Town Center, for the in-person race as well as virtually. And there will be some changes, including limited runners taking place for the in-person race today. As you can see, runners are starting to arrive. The tents are set up. Police are out here blocking off the streets. You could see the starting line way on First Street. And last year, there were more more than 3,000 runners, and today is the 6th annual Tony's Trot for Traumatic Brain Injury Awareness. The nonprofit was created 5 years ago in honor of retired police officer Tony Meduri, who suffered and later died of a brain injury. UF Health Jacksonville is co-hosting the Turkey Trot today, and because of the pandemic, there will be safety guidelines in place for today's 5K, including no in-person registration. It's only online, and there will be a staggered start to the 5K. Runners will need to select a wave time during online registration. Masks are also required to enter the event. Runners can take their mask off after they cross the starting line until they cross the finish line. And this year, there are no post-race events or a fun race, and there won't be an on-site awards ceremony. Instead, awards will be mailed. The organizers say they ask you, once you finish the race, pick up your medal, water bottle, and head straight to your car. And also, we're here live on First Street. Pete's Bar canceled its holiday tradition today. It will not hold its annual Thanksgiving celebration after 35 years. Thousands of people have come out here in the past for Thanksgiving. The owner says it's the right thing to do to keep people safe from COVID-19, and we'll be out here throughout the morning, and we'll keep you updated when the Turkey Trot starts in less than an hour. Reporting live this morning, Brittany Muller, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Brittany. And heading into Thanksgiving, Florida is seeing an increase in coronavirus cases.
Within the next week, Florida is poised to become the third state to reach 1 million cases. Duval County has registered more than 500 cases in each of the last 2 days. Nearly 100 new deaths were reported in the state, 17 of them reported here in Northeast Florida. In Duval County, more than 520 people have died from the virus since the pandemic began. The state's positivity rate has dropped below 7% only twice in the last 2 weeks. More than 3,700 people remain in the hospital due to the virus. Jacksonville's mask mandate will now be in effect until December 26th. Mayor Lenny Curry extended the measure another 30 days. It was scheduled to expire at the end of today. This means everyone over the age of 6 must wear a mask or covering in public indoor spaces. Exceptions include eating at a restaurant or while visiting the dentist. Mayor Curry says he will look at the measure in 30-day increments.
Mandate's the mandate. It exists. When I sit out in public, most people seem to be cooperating. It's an easy thing to do. I mean, people need to understand, we in Florida and we in Jacksonville have learned to live with this virus in a safe, responsible way. We're simply asking you to wear a mask when you're inside, in places, and you can't practice social distancing.
The mandate has been in place since late June.
Jacksonville City Council members sparred last night over the positive test of a staff member, and the quarantine other staffers are in for this Thanksgiving week. Former Council President Aaron Bowman says there are not enough safety measures in place. Bowman says he isn't comfortable that temperature checks and screenings are being done at City Hall. He is outlining some precautions and policy he wants in place. While Councilman Garrett Dennis says protocol has been laid out by the Leadership Council, but it also goes back to the Public Works and the mayor.
You got to take care of your people first, and then you take care of yourself. So it starts at the top, but I'm willing to help. I want to help. I just don't want to see anybody else get exposed.
You know, my ECA is recovering at home with COVID. She's not doing well. She's, you know, I don't want to talk about her symptoms. But he's taking the time to take a shot at the council president, the council vice president, and staff because he's bitter about his council assignments. And again, it's unfortunate. And I wish that he would stop.
Bowman says his executive assistant is quarantining, while Dennis's executive assistant tested positive.
The COVID-19 testing site at Regency Square Mall will be closed today after seeing long lines ahead of the holiday. The site is closed for Thanksgiving, but will reopen tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Flagler Hospital is closed through the weekend and will reopen on Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Governor Ron DeSantis is extending an executive order preventing businesses shutting down during the pandemic. He says the state continues to suffer economically. Under the state of emergency, Floridians should not be prohibited by local governments from working. The measure also prevents local governments from requiring restaurants to operate below 50% capacity. The order suspends the collection of penalties and fines for violating mask mandates.
The Duval County School Board is getting the green light to look for a new office. District Superintendent Dr. Diana Green can now take action to review all options and provide recommendations to the board. Now, a workshop on the move will be held no later than March 31st. That's when all options will be reviewed. And board member Lori Hershey says none of the money from the recently approved half-cent sales tax will go to the relocation. At the next school board meeting, members will look at extending paid sick leave for coronavirus-related circumstances. The current measure is scheduled to expire at the end of December. The district offers qualifying employees up to 2 weeks of paid leave at the employee's regular rate. Applying the average total used during September and October, the value for the amount needed between January and June would be $1.1 million. Governor Ron DeSantis outlining his vaccine distribution plan, and he's doubling down on protecting the most vulnerable. The steps that the state will be taking to administer the vaccine.
And a group of Georgia entrepreneurs is helping putting food on the table.
$178 of groceries.
How they are bringing tears of joy is coming up.